Hello, welcome back. Today we are having the last class in Human Rights Law online workshop. And specifically, we are going to conclude this course by looking at human rights in practice. And we are going to look at challenges and opportunities that lies in human rights. Remember, this course is coming from the book entitled Fundamentals of Human Rights by Dr. Turipo Mwenfumbo. To order this book, you can WhatsApp on +260 976 18 12 53 +260 976 18 12 53. This program is brought to you by UNAP, the Learning Without Boundaries. Our mission is to make education accessible, available, and affordable for all. UNAP EduTech is an online campus for universities and colleges. So UNAP houses different universities and colleges, and it offers these programs. So when we look at when we talk about human rights in practice and challenges, what are we really looking at? Human rights are fundamental rights and freedom inherent to all individuals. So, the international human rights law provides framework for protection and promoting human rights. So, the international has come up with the words on how the nations or the states should be able to promote human rights. So, there are treaties that have been made which promotes human rights. So the implementation and enforcement remain significant as challenges. So when we look at the laws about human rights and all the treaties, they are very good to look at, and if they can be implemented, you discover that this life will be, people will have all the rights that we are supposed to have. But you may discover that we still have the challenges in attaining to those traits and freedoms that they have been enshrined. And also the human rights international law, which it has made. So now, what are the challenges that comes in implementing those laws? So challenges, number one, state sovereignty versus human rights. Balancing state interest with human rights obligation, it becomes a very difficult thing. You know, the challenges that we are having, especially in this democratic era, is the separation of human rights and also the state's power. You may find that people want to abuse the government, and when the government reacts, they'll claim that their rights have been violated. So there are a lot of challenges whereby democracy and rights has not been taken well, both by the people in authority and also by the citizens themselves, whereby people think insulting the politician, them, they are not human beings, so you can insult them, they should just be quiet. It's not their rights to be insulted. Them, they can be insulted, they don't have the rights. But when they react towards that, then somebody will cry foul that my rights has been violated. He has got rights, but those human beings who are in authority, they don't have human rights. So that is the challenge that sometimes these human rights faces. Also, there is there are rights that people want to abuse, or democracy. For example, we are offering this course and you have got the rights to deny it or to accept it. You have got rights when we say you need to pay this much. You have got rights to say, no, I'm not going to pay and I'm not going to get the certificate. Then we have also got rights to withhold these courses on our conditions, and those, or not to give certificates to somebody who doesn't qualify or who has not paid. Now somebody begins to insult you, begins to call you as like you are scammers and what. To them it is their rights, but you find that as an institution, people will think it's not their right, our rights. Like one time I told somebody that I'm going to institute a lawsuit against a blackmail and against whatever you are doing. Say, no, you are not supposed to do that. You should be patient as a leader. You see, so that is the challenge that comes in when it comes to human rights. So the state faces such challenges, and the people in government, when they are trying to implement something, then people who want to disturb. Like there was a challenge whereby somebody, the government wanted to set up a new market, a modern market. Now, because of those marketeers, they didn't want to move. So when the government sent the law enforcers to move them, they started claiming that their rights have been obligated. So now that is where the challenge comes in. When the government, for example, says we want to do this, and then you are obstructing the government when they send the law enforcement to enforce what is supposed to be good for the future of the nation, then somebody will say that my rights has been abrogated, which is no, those are not rights. So that is the challenge. Now, the other thing is that, like for example, the freedom of speech. You may find that even when you are doing the what is called constructive criticism, you may find that you may be accused, and there are a lot of laws that are still colloquial or that are still old, which comes from the monarchy kind of government, and also like in Africa where we were colonialized, where the colonial powers use them to inflict on those people that are their subjects. So there are laws like that. Same even in labor laws, we still have laws that are more like slavery, whereby as an employee you are a slave to your employer. If the employer steals from you, it's a civil case. When you get even a coin, you get a coin from the employer, then you have stolen and you are liable to imprisonment. But them, they are not liable to imprisonment. So there are laws, most of the laws, you find that they were made at the time when human rights were not respected. Then the other challenge in human rights is cultural relativism. Reconciling universal human rights and with cultural diversity, that is also becomes the challenge. Like in Africa, we have got the way we discipline our children. I remember I heard a story whereby the ambassador to UK, who was a Nigerian, had to discipline the child. And by caning the child. Now, because that child was born or was growing in I don't know if it is in the States or in the UK, then he had to go and report the parents to the police that their rights has been abused. Then the police came and wanted to arrest that ambassador. I don't know if it was one of the officials in the embassy. Then he said, I'm not in UK. I'm in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian citizen. So you cannot implement that law to my children. And this is how we do it in Nigeria. We discipline our children by caning them. So there are those. Now, cultural relativism, there are other cultures like we are talking about in the Western, where you are not supposed to cane the child. Here we had even the time where teachers, where they were caning, but in the Western, there was nothing like that. Even now, even here now, there are laws that forbid you as a teacher to cane the children. But in those days, it was okay. Now, there are other also cultural issues like I also talked about, like homosexual polygamy, whereby the other cultures, like in the Western culture, it's a right for somebody. It's not you don't have the right to become a polygamous. But here it is the decision of a woman. The woman, if a man decides to marry another wife, then she has got rights to say, no, I'm not going to continue in this marriage, and divorce that husband. So that both they will have the rights. The wife has got the right to divorce the husband if she doesn't want to be in a polygamous marriage. And the husband has got rights if he wants to get as many wives as he can. He has also got those rights. Even a woman has got rights if she wants to have as many husbands as she can. But now the issue is that which man is going to agree for the wife to be married to many husbands? So now those are the rights. So if like I heard somebody saying that no, me, I cannot stop my wife to have a boyfriend or to have many wives, but my rights, me myself, I will not stay with that woman. That woman, her, she can do it, but me, my principles, I cannot stay. So now the wife should not force the husband that no, I should have the other men because you are a polygamous. No, it is both their rights. The husband has said, no, I cannot force you to be with me. So if you don't want to be with me, you can go. Then the wife start claiming that he is standing on my rights. I'm also going to have to get married to more men. Then the husband said, okay, if you want to do that, me, I cannot stay with you. I can divorce you. Then there's rights obligation. So that is the challenge of human rights. The other challenge, like on homosexual, somebody will say, no, me, I was born an homosexual and I want to marry a man. Then you say, no, you cannot marry a man. We are going to jail you, as it is in Africa. You'll be jailed if you want to practice your rights by marrying another man or by marrying another woman. So those are the debates that are there when it comes to human rights and when it comes to state sovereignty. Then enforcement mechanism, weakness in international enforcement mechanism. The international bodies, sometimes they find it difficult to enforce the law. And also, even if they may say it's bias or what, for example, if one is cited, like I remember where George Bush was cited for crime against humanity over which was it in Afghanistan or what? Then when it came to arresting him, it was very difficult. I remember when he came to Zambia, then the International Criminal Court said, you need to arrest him there. And who can arrest the former president of Zambia, of US? Which one is protected by US intelligence? So those are the issues which makes it difficult to enforce those laws. Like Putin has been issued with warrant of arrest. Now, who is going to be courageous to go and arrest Putin? So there is those sovereignty. The international, they find those challenges in implementing the law. Then there is resource constraints. So limited resources and capacity in many countries. Sometimes as countries, we may want to implement these laws, but we don't have money to pay the personnel. When you look at the human rights, you may find that it may just be maybe at the headquarters of the nation, or it may be in the regional headquarters. But you may find that it is very difficult for those in the village to go and report those matters, because the state or the government may not have money to do that. Then we have got also non-state actors, growing influence of non-state actors. The cooperation armed groups. So we have got challenges in some countries where we have got labels and all those that will come and infringe on people's rights. And the government has got no capacity to be able to fight against those militias. Now, what are the opportunities that comes in when it comes to human rights? There is global advocacy. International advocacy and activism can pressure governments to adhere to human rights. Then we have got international cooperation, which are collaboration through international institutions and frameworks, which enforces the human rights. Then there are capacity building that also helps in enforcing law, like what we are doing. Technical assistance and capacity building for governments and civil societies. Like what we are doing, we are offering this course for free so that you may be aware of the rights and people may be able to understand their rights, and what they are supposed to do. So that also helps in it gives opportunities like the opportunity that we have given you. Then technology and innovation. Leveraging technology to promote human rights, digital activism, data analysis, like what we are doing. We are using this platform to encourage and also to work on what is called human rights promotion. Then sustainable development goals. We have seen in the sustainable development goals where they have integrated human rights into development. It is very difficult to separate human rights and peace, or human rights and development, because it is when people understand their rights and they understand what the government, the obligation of the government, and what the rights, like for example in the economical rights, you know what I'm supposed to do. I've got rights to do business. No one should stop me to do business. No one should stop me to do business because he is my competitor. So if we understand those rights, development will be able to come. Now let's look at human rights instruments. So we talked about human rights instruments like Universal Declaration of Human Rights, International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, International Covenant on Economical, Social, and Cultural Rights, then Convention Against Torture. Then we have got a Convention on the Rights of Children. And implementation mechanism, we have national human rights institutions, which we tackled in the other class. We also have human rights commissions. We have got judicial system. We have got civil society organizations, and we have got we have got International Criminal Court. We have got International Court of Justice, and all those. Now, there are case studies where we can be able to see the challenges that have been there in human rights, like the South African's Truth and Reconciliation Commission, where it recorded a lot of human rights obligations and also the challenges in bringing reconciliation, and others refusing to adhere to human rights. Like in those days, they were apartheids, and now where they refused and they rejected to uphold the rights of every citizen of South Africa, even after reconciliation. So there are those challenges. Then there is this one, Lugmark initiative which was done in India, combating child labor in the carpet industry. So there was child labor where children were given work to do, paid very little, and also which were bringing to the rights of the children, because children up to the certain age, they are just supposed to be fed, they are supposed to be given so that they have time to develop their brain, they have got time to develop their muscles and to be able to do. Now you find that this child labor was abrogating to the rights of children. Then International Criminal Court prosecuting. We have seen from the International Criminal Court where the court has prosecuted a lot of those that have abrogated human rights. Now, although it is mostly for African leaders, those are the ones that have this court works so well. So those are this also is a challenge, as I said. When it comes to implementation, like South Africa had to complain and to bring Israel to book on International Criminal Court so that the president or the prime minister of Israel may be cited with criminal against humanity. But you find that there are those challenges that we always face, and that costed South Africa to have a lot of challenges with some Western countries. But we still stand that the human rights has to be, should not be selective. And these international courts must not be selective. In conclusion, we will find that human rights implementation requires ongoing efforts and cooperation. Challenges are significant, but opportunities for process exist. So there are a lot of challenges, especially in our African continent, whereby our rights, I'll give example, like where there are countries that are doing so well, but they'll claim that because the Western may not have much power over those countries because of their sovereignty. So they'll claim that these countries are standing on the rights of people, and also it is all that has been used as a weapon against African societies. I'll give example like Kagame, where is they claim no, he abrogates human rights when it's not. When you look at the Traore, you look at where even King Mswati, where they are saying, but when you look at exactly what it is, it's not. You see, so there are those whereby to us because of the challenges of culture. The challenges of culture, whereby in the Western country they perceive human rights like this, and to us, what they perceive to be human rights, it's not human rights, and also what we perceive to be human rights, it's not human rights to them. So those are the challenges that has been there when it comes to the implementation of human rights. So collaborating among government, civil society, and international organization is very crucial. So human rights, fight against human rights is very crucial, and we hope as many of us as we understand about human rights, I believe in the near future, the human rights will be absolute. There are some countries that have been to which treat their rights when it comes to citizens, but not on international rights. I think just to mention, there are many countries, even like in South Africa, we have got some countries that you can see there are those rights that are respected, like South Africa. We have seen, I've been in South Africa there, you can see real democracy there, although there are also abuses now of the citizen now abusing the state. In US, there is the rights. You may find that to the citizen, they have got rights, but not on intellectual. You find that there are countries that have at least attained to the rights that are basic rights that are required to their citizens. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Remember, all this has come from the book entitled Fundamentals of Human Rights. So you can order this book if you want to have more information and to learn more about human rights. You can order this book, Fundamentals of Human Rights. Thank you, and God bless you. Remember to download UNAP EduTech. Human rights law